But let's come here to Accra, where my colleague PSC and Safo is at the High Street here in Accra Central, where dozens of women and children were intercepted on a truck this morning, attempting to escape to the north. Before we speak to him, let's hear one of the arrested women pleading for the truck driver.
Okay.
Ana omosi yale aba sa obi a wo baby da won wo ho woni baby da won bobodi na nkohie na yaso ya ne baby a yabeda na so omo la kegeti na ya pitan kwala ya ne esika ide kwa akoto ebe ne mo odwe ne kro mo nua ana driver we omo yakocho atutu station gas ne nyina akọ ana we wade bayere na baye ana ochom obosese adan na esi na omoto ya tutu sisi ya ne tutu ya ne ka bia de beko ana ya susa na osi sa omo ba pena ama ne kwan de akwa nko de beko akwasi yakuro na osan ba wono wan fa na ka ne lodi nipa ode lodi bayere ana ode ya tinam nti yakwa akotro nkokọ press for ana omochi ne ka tan se yansa na chi na on fan bra Accra ade na ebe ne se tapole na wade kata ya hono anya ono na de kata na so amuna ona wade kata pole na kata ya hono to mu tapole na ana mu kacha na fiat na wade ya to kan so ya fan lo de na pa
na mo Accra ifa na moko ifa na muti Accra
na ti tudu na ya free until na yako na wakati si adanti na motapole kata ya ka na wade fa so yansa ono so wale se anya ba ahonche ne ti na wade fa ya no anya ya foto anya ono so for nti sa na e ba no nka sisi ya pa obi a che se omo bie kwan kakra ma ya na yakọ asundue na mpasu anu ana ne for de si andi ti
na mo ye be ahe
ye doso
be ahe
ya lab ya tena sisi a driver no kura no ho a kire wa sit ne patro no ensu na ma ode akoduro onu kura na esu bo ya bro no kwan su no wasuro se wasako.
And so the woman we had there is part of the people who are headed for the north in that truck. And as she explains, there are no buses actually to help them move to the north. And so this truck driver offered to help them because there are no buses. And she is from Tudu. Almost all of them, the majority of them are headquarters. They are also traders amongst them. She says that they've actually not eaten for 4 days. They are pleading to be exempt. They want to make their way back home to the north, where many of them are coming from, because they do not have a place to sleep. They do not have shelter. And so that is what forced them. They went all the way to Nkoko, and that was when they were asked to return to Accra. The police instructed the truck driver to make a U-turn back to Accra. That's the woman there. Let's go to the phone lines now and speak to my colleague PSA. And now, so PSA, where are these arrested people, and what more can you tell us?
Indeed, and as the first clarity we should get for our listeners and viewers out there is that these people here have not been arrested as of now. I'm looking at them right now. They are standing close in a closed cluster close to the truck, and none of them is in handcuffs or anything. The authorities, which is the AMA, are also here. We understand they've been instructed by the mayor of Accra, Ni Ajay Sowa, to provide food for these ladies and their infants, that's their children, for the time being, and as and when they can, they'll start processing them. The police service has been here about an hour ago to check happenings. They haven't given us any official comment yet. They haven't moved forward to arrest any of them, but it seems to be quite a delicate matter on the side of the authorities. So as of now, they have not been arrested yet, but they are still at the same position. Most of them are standing in the sunlight. A few of them have withdrawn into the truck from which they were arrested, which has, of course, the trampoline above it to shelter them from the sunlight. And also, they are waiting also on how far, as and when after they've received the food, they will proceed.
Yes, exactly where are they right now as we speak?
Yes, so they are here at the Accra High Street, a few meters from the Bank of Ghana facility. This place is known as the Baden Powell. That's the area in which they are. And the truck itself was parked into a corner of that area, that location that I've just described to you. So that's where they are, right in front of the truck. The authorities also of the AMA, you could see their 4x4 vehicles, at least 2 of them parked by them as they are trying to interact with them, get more of their details, and also provide for their welfare, starting with the food, what they are still waiting for at this time.
But do we have the police there?
The police, I'm not seeing any police officer here at this time, but an hour ago, they came with vehicles. They stood briefly and made a few observations, and then they left. It's unclear what the next plan of action will be. But for the meantime, as I said earlier, authorities are focusing on getting them some food, and they'll proceed from there.
So who exactly is holding these people? Who is in charge now as we speak?
Well, they were discovered at dawn as at 5:30 a.m. by the AMA patrol team in respect of the lockdown procedure that's currently happening in the country. Apparently, they were speaking to one of the residents in the area here. The driver was speaking to them, according to the witness, that he had a few goods that he would like to put aside or something of the sort. It was then that one of the patrol officers discovered certain women were sneaking behind the cargo truck and called for reinforcement. Thus, the women were discovered in a particular manner.
Because you've been interacting with them, what have they been telling you? The soundbite we had earlier, the woman said they've actually not eaten. You've indicated that there are plans to get them food, but what more have they been telling you?
Well, so far, so they tell me the main reason for them going back. These people had earlier, it's not like they were about to embark. They've already tried in part of Kumasi, and they were told to come back. According to their own witness account, and that's the reason why they arrived here. They say most of them that I've spoken to are headquarters at Tudu right here in Accra. They say as part of the self-isolation measures, they could not sleep on the street since they do not have any homes. Many of them were returning back to Wale Wale and their homes in the north, where they have a family or two who can take care of them within this period when the whole nation is returning or going indoors.
I see children on our screens. Can we estimate how many of these people were in that truck?
Well, I counted at least 12 children. That's between the age bracket estimate of about 5 to 6. I count about 12 of them in that nature. But it's yet unclear because authorities have not confirmed the figures as of yet. But it was quite a small confined area. And for the women, that's the adult people, there were about 20 of them. And for the children, I counted about 12.
What is the indication you're picking up as far as their plea for exemption is concerned? They want to be given the opportunity to head back home. Yes. What is the indication you're picking up from the authorities?
Yes, that has been the main plea from almost all the reporters I've engaged with this morning. They all repeatedly asking that they be given the opportunity, if not the funds or the transport or whatever. They just want to go back to the north. Many of them have not been in Accra here for quite a long time. Many of them have only been here for about 2 months, about 3 months, and that's already, even before the corona outbreak, they have been homesick due to the conditions. Many of them have children without fathers that they need to go take care of, and so many other such reasons.
Pierce, we know that they went all the way to Nkoko. When exactly did they return to Accra? What time do we know?
Yes, so they told me they left Nkoko around yesterday at 4:30 a.m. That's according to one of the witnesses that we spoke to, Nafisa Amidu. She says they left yesterday at around 4:30 a.m. and they arrived. I don't know how they were, whether they made any stops, but they arrived at dawn, which is questionable in itself. But then again, most of these women could not give us accurate details. So most of them could not even give us their ages as of now. So it shows you the gravity of the situation here on the ground.
Pierce, thank you very much for bringing us updates on these traders who have been asked to return to Accra on their way to some part of the northern part of the country, Wale Wale, amongst others.